With the president actually at those remarks at the African American Museum was asked about the new executive order on excluding these immigrants from 7 countries, and he said it was coming up right away. What do we expect? What can he do to avoid the sort of court challenges he faced the first time around?
I think the key issue is going to be allowing green card holders to come in. Although even if he does that and no one knows exactly what it's going to look like, he's going to have a hard time getting around the religious discrimination claims that have been made against him, because those are based on comments that he made during the election campaign and even years earlier in news interviews, and those are always going to be there to back up claims that he's just trying to shut down Muslims from coming in.
Well, exactly. And the Ninth Circuit was very concerned with the religion question, whether there's discriminating based on religion, because not only are there 7 countries that are predominantly Muslim, but they also have exclusions for Christians from Syria coming in. So is there anything they can do to fix that part of it?
Absolutely. They could remove the exclusion for Christians and make them subject to the same rule regardless of religion. But again, the same problems with what he said about Muslims are going to be there. He said he wanted to have a total shutdown of Muslims. And like the judge in the Alexandria, Virginia case said, it may just be 7 countries now, but at least that's a place to start if you really did want to have a full Muslim ban. So there's a lot of judges very critical of his past comments, and I think he will try to get around those in probably a very smart way, but I think only the courts will be able to say.
So, Eric, there actually is another executive order we don't hear quite as much about that the president issued dealing with the southern border, Mexico, and particularly people who come across the border without documentation. I understand there's news on that today.
Yes, that was issued 2 days before the travel ban, and it's not just about the border, it's about the Mexico border, it's about the Canadian border as well, and dealing with undocumented immigrants all across the interior. So, Homeland Security Secretary John Kelly issued directives to implement that order today, and that will include hiring thousands of new agents and increasing the types of people who can be immediately deported, and maybe trying to increase immediate removals to Mexico, regardless of what country they may have come from. A lot remains to be seen.